Good morning, second graders. Happy Tuesday. Today we're looking at lesson 12. We're going to be working on distinguishing between complete sentences and incomplete sentences. Let's go ahead and begin. So again, we're looking to see if these sentences are complete or incomplete. Remember, yesterday we talked about how a complete sentence has both a subject and a predicate. If a sentence only has a subject, it's incomplete. If a sentence only has a predicate, it's incomplete. Let's take a look at some examples. Okay, I'm going to read you these sentences on the screen, and I want you to tell me out loud if it's a complete sentence or an incomplete sentence. The yellow flower. Is that complete or incomplete? Good. This is incomplete. The yellow flower is a subject, so we don't have a predicate. We don't know what the yellow flower did, so this is incomplete. Let's try this one. Ran quickly up the street. Complete or incomplete? Good. This is incomplete. This is just a predicate. Ran quickly up the street. We don't know who did that. We don't have a subject. This is an incomplete sentence. Try this one. Tim ate a hamburger for lunch. Complete or incomplete? Good. This one is complete. Tim is our subject. Ate a hamburger for lunch is our predicate. Ate chips and watched television. Complete or incomplete? Good. This one is incomplete. We only have a predicate. We don't know who ate chips and watched television. Susan and Joan went to the movies. Complete or incomplete? Good. This one is complete. Our subject is Susan and Joan. Our predicate is went to the movies. We know who and what they did. That is a complete sentence. The baseball team. Complete or incomplete sentence? Okay, this one is incomplete. We only have a subject. We don't know what the baseball team did. Today we're going to talk about how to fix run-on sentences. So a run-on sentence is when you have more than one idea combined into just one sentence. Sometimes we accidentally do this in our writing when we have a long chain of ideas and we're trying to get them all out and we forget to break them into sentences. Today we're going to practice how to find that in our writing and how to fix it and turn it into a regular complete sentence. Let's take a look. In this example we see the ducks quacked, the chickens clucked. So this is a good example of a run-on sentence. We have two ideas that really should be written differently to make more sense. So there are two ways that you can fix a run-on sentence. The first way is to turn it into two separate sentences. So the way we would do this is we do this when we have two subjects and two predicates. So the ducks quacked, the chickens clucked. The two sentences we can turn this into are first, the ducks quacked. Like this. We have the ducks quacked. Then to add on the rest of the information from the sentence, we would say the chickens clucked. Like this, the ducks quacked, the chickens clucked. So before we had those as one sentence, now we have them as two. I have a capital T in the and a period after quacked, noticing that. and then I have a capital T for the and a period after clucked. So this is now 2 separate sentences. We know this works because we have a subject and a predicate in each. The ducks is the subject in the first sentence. The chickens is our subject in the second sentence. Quacked is the predicate in the first sentence. Clucked is the predicate in the second sentence. So we have a subject and predicate in both of those parts. So again, one way to turn a run-on sentence into a correct thought or write it better is to turn it into 2 sentences. The other thing that we can do is combine the sentences into one idea. When we do that, we end up with compound subjects and predicates. We talked about that's when we're talking about more than one person or more than one action. So, looking at this again, the ducks quacked, the chickens clucked. Another way to rewrite this would be the ducks quacked and the chickens clucked. Period at the end. So all I had to do was add this magic word and now this sentence is fixed. It became a compound sentence. That means a sentence with 2 subjects and 2 predicates. All right, let's take a look at our worksheets for some examples. You're going to find this on page 19 of your packet. The instructions tell us to change each run-on sentence into 2 sentences. So this is doing the first method. For each of these 1 sentences, we're going to turn it into 2 sentences. So for each one, I should see 2 capital letters and 2 periods. Let's try this first one together. Number 1 says, the flower is pink. It has 6 petals. Let's turn this into 2 sentences. So first we want to find the first idea, the first thing the sentence is telling us. What is the first thing this sentence is trying to tell us? Good, it's telling us that the flower is pink. So that's going to be my first sentence. Capital T, the flower is pink. Period at the end. You can go ahead and write that down on your paper. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you can press pause on the video while you're finishing writing. Next, you want to start with another capital letter and add the rest of what they were telling us. The next thing they were telling us was it has 6 petals. So I'm going to write a capital I. It has 6 petals. Period at the end. Go ahead and write that on your paper. Remember, if you had more room on that first line, you could write it. You could keep that on the first line. Just leave a finger space after your period. I just ran out of room up here, so I jumped to the next line. Good. Let's try the second one together, and then I'll let you do the rest on your own. Number 2 says, the boy is eating an oyster. The oyster is big. Think about where we want to break up this sentence. What is the first thing they're trying to tell us? Good. The boy is eating an oyster. So that's our first sentence. Start with a capital T. The boy is eating an oyster. Period at the end. Go ahead and write that as your first sentence. The boy is eating an oyster. This is for number 2. Now what's the second idea they're trying to tell us in this sentence for number 2? Good, they're telling us the oyster is big. So I'm going to start with another capital T. The oyster is big. Period at the end. So we just turned that one run-on sentence into 2 complete sentences. Go ahead and complete number 3 through 5 on your own. Press pause on the video so that you can work, and then when you're finished, come back, press play, and we'll do the next page, page 20. Okay, nice work on page 19. Now we're going to practice the second way to fix a run-on sentence, and that's when we combine the ideas into one. This one is a little trickier because you have to make sure that you do it the right way so that the sentence still makes sense. We're going to do these together since they're a little weird. Number 6 said, the crowd is loud, the crowd is angry. We're only talking about one thing. There's one subject in this sentence, but they list it twice. Can you find the subject in this sentence? Good, the subject is the crowd. So I don't have to say the crowd twice in one sentence. That's too repetitive. So for number 6, I'm just going to start with a capital T, and I'm going to write the crowd. You can write that on your paper too, the crowd. Now, we just said that we don't need to write the crowd twice. So how did they describe the crowd? They used 2 words to describe it. What were those 2 words? Good, they used loud and angry. So instead of saying is loud, the crowd is angry, we can just say the crowd is loud and angry. Like this. The crowd is loud and angry. This is a good strategy if you're reading, writing that you do in class, and you realize that you have a run-on sentence. These are 2 different ways that you can fix that sentence and make it make sense. So this way we're doing now is combining the sentence into one, keeping it one sentence. Let's try number 7. Number 7 says, the clown rode the bike, it was red. Okay, so first we know that we're talking about the clown and this bike. So we can start with saying the clown, he's our subject. Go ahead and write the clown on your paper. And then let's think about this next part. The clown rode the bike, it was red. What was red? Right, the bike. So red is actually an adjective that's describing the bike. So we can just put red in front of bike and get rid of the extra words. We can say the clown rode the red bike. Period at the end. The clown rode the red bike. Okay, I'm going to read you number 8, and I want you to try this one on your own. Okay? I think try that again. Number 8. I think cookies taste good. I think cupcakes taste good. Remember, on this one, you're going to combine these ideas into just one sentence. So get rid of all the extra words, think about what you need, but make sure you include all the information. Press pause, write down your answer, and I'll show you the correct answer to check your work when you're done. So go ahead and press pause, write your answer, and press play again when you're finished. All right, here's your chance to check your work. This is what I got. I think cookies and cupcakes taste good. Awesome job. Let's move on to our story for today. Today you're going to be rereading the story from yesterday called The War Starts. So you're going to need to flip all the way back to page 2 in your packet and read page 2 through 5. This is the story that we read together yesterday. So today you're going to use your reading strategies to sound out these words yourself and try rereading this story. Families, if you're listening along, please go ahead and make sure you're asking your child questions as they are reading and asking them to point to the text evidence where they found their answer in the story. That's a really helpful way for them to practice those skills they will need next year in 3rd grade. Okay? Don't forget that you can write The War Starts as something that you read on your reading log on the cover page of your packet. Any reading that you're doing, even in this work time, can count as something that you read, can count as part of your 30 minutes of reading. So make sure that you write The War Starts as something that you read on your cover page for this week. Happy reading, and I'll see you again tomorrow for our next lesson. Bye-bye.